All right, here we are on our final stretch, example 5. If theta is between 0 and pi over 2, and we're given what sine is there, I'm thinking, which quadrant is that? Let me just look at that first section. Between 0 and pi over 2. Oh, that would be quadrant 1. And sine theta equals 3 over 5. Determine the exact values for sine of 2 theta. So again, you might think, oh, maybe it's just 6 over 5. Let's just remind ourselves what this kind of looks like. So let's pretend that this is a unit circle. So if this is a unit circle, then my y value is actually 3/5. So 3/5, if I divide this into 5, maybe 3/5 would be about here. So my angle could be about there or there, but I know it's quadrant 1. So maybe that's my angle. So the angle is that amount. That's what theta is. So 2 theta would be if I jumped twice as far. So if I jumped twice as far, twice as much of a rotation, like maybe I'd be over there now. That would be 2 theta. And now I'm wondering, what's my new y value? So it's probably pretty close to 1, just by my guesstimate of writing things. Let's consider this. So first thing we're going to do is check our double identity chart, and if you don't have it memorized already, that's okay. You don't have to have any of these memorized. Sine of a double identity is 2 times the sine of the angle times the cos of the angle. So I'm just going to write that out over here. Equals, maybe I'll erase my work here, equals 2 times the sine of the smaller angle. So the sine, the y value on the unit circle of twice theta is equal to 2 times sine theta times cos theta. So clearly I already know what the sine theta is. So I can say 2 times 3 over 5. Right? So I just want to remind people too, I see a lot of this. I see people write 2 times the sine of 3 over 5. So again, like this is the angle, that's the amount of rotation. 3 over 5, or this is the amount of rotation. This is the y value on the unit circle after we've rotated theta, theta radians or degrees. So just be very careful not to put sine of 3 over 5, because the sine of the angle is 3 over 5. Okay, but we need to figure out what the cos is. So thinking about this, my x and my y and my r, not thinking about the unit circle size, but like a big circle where the y value is 3 and the r value is 5, what would the x be? So not too hard to remember. That's a 3, 4, 5 triangle. So my x is going to be equal to 4. So my cos is going to be equal to 4 over 5. And let's just check to make sure that the cos is positive. And that's when I look back over here in that work that we did, that it is indeed in quadrant 1, so that the cos of the angle is positive 4 over 5. So here we're going to get, well, my denominator is going to be 25. 3 times 4 is 12. 12 times 2 is 24 over 25. So yeah, my guesstimate was pretty close. Remember I said, hey, if it's going to be pretty close to 1, so it's 24 over 25, which is pretty darn close to 1. So it's almost at that very, very top. So if I was going to say in radians, how much is the actual degree, it's going to be pretty close to pi over 2, but slightly less than that. For part B, it says, what about the cos of 2 pi? So, well, different ways to do this, but I think most people would probably do the same thing, and they'd go back to the formula sheet and say, oh, okay, so which of these ones shall I pick, cos of 2 pi? I think it might be easiest to pick this one here, because we were given what sine is. So there's not too much work to be done. And if I made a mistake already, figuring out that cos, then this is a bit safer. So I guess I'm trying to say. All right, so if I go back here, cos of 2 theta is going to be, according to my formula sheet, 1 minus 2 times sine squared of theta. And since I know that sine theta is equal to 3 over 5, this will be 1 minus 2 times 3 over 5 all squared. And so now I have to be careful as I multiply here. I'm going to get 1 minus 2 times 3 over 5 squared is going to be equal to 9 over 25. So I'm going to multiply that out. 2 times 9 is 18, so I'm going to get 1 minus 18 over 25. 1 is the same thing as 25 over 25 minus 18 over 25. 25 minus 18 is 7 over 25. So here would be my answer. All right, I hope that is very helpful for you. And if you have any questions, come see me. Otherwise, I will see you in class.